Tom Sharp is. So, yeah, 5-second board goes out, and here we go. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, let's see what he can do from pole position. Tom Sharp, then championship leader. What a great place to defend that championship lead. Lights out. Away they go. Tom Ingram stalled on the grid. Now this is... Oh, no. Mark Davies into him, and not what we wanted, sadly, to see at the start here. To be fair, unsighted. And that's going to be, well, red flags, as you would imagine, straight away. Declan Jones in 17, as you can see, furious. I think Tom Ingram is okay. Now you can see the marshals have got the red flags out already. I think everybody down the field has slowed up well. Colin White just jumped ahead there, but immediately saw it after that. And we're hearing the drivers are okay, which is, of course, the most important thing. It's very difficult, isn't it? You know, for car stalls on the grid, we saw it last year. Don't know if you remember, Max, you were probably on the grid at Thruxton last year when we had the Alistair James incident when he was starting at the front. Tell us what happens on that kind of incident.
Yeah, I was actually in the Ginetta Juniors then, but as you can see, it's a real mess. Basically, if somebody stalls, you just see them at the last second when everybody moves out the way, and you know, typically it's a G50, as it was last year at Thruxton, that ends up hitting. So
it was Louise, wasn't it, last year? Louise
Richardson.
And that's one of the Team Richardson cars.
Yeah.
Once again, there's Dorothy Owota, one of the senior officials walking through shot. Dorothy, going from flag marshal, now qualified as a clerk of the course, which is excellent to see. The 2012 Michelin Ginetta GT Super Cup. Tom Ingram, you can see third on the grid, stalled. Jake Hill managed to sneak past in the white car. 2 or 3 cars did, but sadly unsighted as the car was on the brow. The first car in, Mark Davies, the 77 car, which seems to have come off worse. Declan Jones in the orange 14. We'll see it from another angle, and I'm joined by Max Coates in the commentary box. Max, this is really probably one of the worst moments that you can have any type of incident really in the race in the front, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awful. You don't want to see it ever, and you can tell just by the interviews that we've just been listening to that both the drivers involved with that, Mark Davies and Declan Jones, are quite shaken up. So
this shot here, you can see, you can basically see that there's no view for Mark Davies there. He just didn't know that the car was there because the cars were in front of him. He's not going to see them. Any jockeying out of position, Mark's going to think he's a car maybe going for an overtake rather than passing a car that's stalled on the grid. Here's the front view, and again a good view of the brow as they come down into Dufferstead. That's a big one. Now the good news is that we believe all the drivers are okay. Certainly the other drivers that are at the bottom of the grid waiting to go are being told that all is okay with them. The man who I think suffered the most is the blue and white car, Tom Ingram. From our commentary position, we saw Tom coming out of the car, a little bit of distress perhaps. His dad was with him, and he'll be taken off to have a little check-up. But talking of check-ups and the medical safety here at Knockhill Circuit, Louise is with Dr. Paul Trafford.
Yeah, Paul Trafford, who's already seen Tom and spoken with him. What's the first look at him?
Well, obviously, initially it's a bit awkward when we've got 3 cars in front of us, but Tom was in some pain with the lower part of both legs, so we got him out a bit carefully, but he seems to be able to stand up. We've had him standing, there's no signs of anything. Taking him to the med centre, so one of the orthopods is going to have a look, but he seems okay, he's talking, and he was just a bit shocked, really, to be, I think a lot went into the back of him there, and it's just taking the wind out of him a little bit.
So fingers crossed, we're just looking at a case of bruising here, but you need to double check and be sure.
Yeah, at the moment it's all precautionary. I mean, he's fine, he's out, he's not been knocked out. His legs are sore at the bottom. I think it's more muscular than anything else, but we're just having a little look and being a bit cautious, which is what we always do, isn't it? So hopefully it should be all right.
Good stuff, that's great to hear that. Thanks for updating us, Paul. Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Louise, and Dr. Trafford, always the best of care. I've got to say, you know, my missus was taken ill at the racetrack